when of course people are protesting all around the
Shalom.
world right now. Right. We're getting prophecy right now.
These brothers want to move up.
Demon.
What?
I got it.
Real life
I got a picture. This is Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
Yeah, rise ye and depart. He's talking to the Israelites, man. Ultimately, elect. We the only ones going to rise and depart from this place, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to rise and depart. It's not talking about booking a plane ticket and going to Jerusalem, going to Israel. We got the spirit to depart our minds out of Babylon the Great. Because you don't get cut off of their iniquity, man. If you're black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, you don't get caught up in their iniquity. You don't depart from this place. So you want to.
That's right. For this is not your rest.
It's not your rest. There's no time to be comfortable here, man. America, that's not your homeland. So there's no reason to be resting here, man. Right? It's going to destroy you. A lot of people out here are already destroyed, man. As you can see, people don't even know who they are. They call themselves black. They say that they're Mexicans. Nah, man, they believe in a white Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know the Most High's name. They're destroyed for economics.
Right.
That's what happens when you come to with America, man. It destroys you.
That's right.
Spiritually and physically, man. Right.
That's right. Because it is polluted.
It is polluted, man. This place is polluted. When you're around something polluted, man, it's going to pollute you too.
Right.
America is totally polluted, man.
Bad food.
It's
like a bad fruit, you know what I'm saying? One fruit get rotten, the rest of it hits the whole batch.
That's the whole tree.
That's right. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
So it's going to destroy you with a sword destruction, man. It ain't going to feel good. It's not going to be a good ending for you in America, man. You know what I said that, you know, if you're going hands on you, man, you're going to be destroyed with it. That's right. You're going to be cut off with it. You're going to die death by pain. You're going to be suffering out here all the way to the nuclear missile zone, man. Right. You're going to be curtained to the nuclear missile zone. It'll destroy you. It'll kill you.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candlesticks.
Yeah, the Most High is searching Jerusalem with candlesticks, man. You know?
And punish the men that are settled in their leads.
These men that are set on the lead, that got to choose what about. They're spirits of the word, they don't want to do any work, still eating pork. You know what I'm saying? Or they ain't doing nothing for YAHAWASHI outside, not praying, not doing the work.
Those that are comfortable.
Those that are comfortable here.
Because we just brought out in Micah what depart ye, for this ain't your rest.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be out here settled.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be out here chilling like this is your place. Nah, man, you're supposed to be tearing this place down.
Yeah, working. You're supposed to be working.
Exactly.
If you're not doing the work for YAHAWASHI outside, that means you're comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the Most High gonna punish them.
Exactly.
Right?
So the Most High is finding these people by his servants, by his men. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find out who's with it and who's not. And those that ain't with it, he gonna mark for destruction. That's settled out here like they don't even want to leave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Not you would think, man. The Lord's not gonna do good for you. I'm sitting here. Now, Lord ain't gonna judge for committing iniquity. Lord ain't gonna do this. The Lord not gonna destroy the so-called white man.
Right.
No, we ain't gonna get no kingdom. What are you talking about? Ain't no such thing as a chariot, as a UFO.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? According to they call it UFO. You know what I'm saying? Lord ain't a so-called black man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus says Yahawah, behold, I'll rise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
Yeah, you're gonna rise up against you, destroying wind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pestilence, man.
Right.
What's the ultimate pestilence talking about, man? That destroying wind. The nuclear missile, man. That's the ultimate goal. 200 million thermonuclear missile, man. That's gonna destroy this place.
That's right. Right.
Most I gotta shed the blood of this place, man, for shedding the blood of the Israelites.
That's right.
You know?
Because he said that he's going to rise up a destroying wind against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of Babylon. So y'all that is actually accepting this place and thinking this is your dwelling place, guess what? You're going to die with it. You know what I'm saying?
Here, Babylon, that means is confusion.
That's right.
So the Most High said, depart from this place because it's not your rest. But this place is never but confusion here. You know, you got a lot of sodomites, right? We got a lot of transgenders here. You know what I'm saying? We got what? It's a transgender what's that? The party of
State Senator.
Yeah, there you go. The wire, brother. State Senator. You're pushing that vibration out. You know, it's okay to be a transgender, a woman, or be a transgender or a man. You know, a woman be a man, a man be a woman. You know, this place will be struggling, man. You know, when you get born here, you gotta train your child. You know, to deserve the Bible. You know, if you don't, guess what? He's gonna drink this Babylon juice. When you're gonna drink this Babylon juice, guess what? Hey, man, you might end up being sorry about yourself. You know, because this place is nothing but confusion. That's what Babylon means. You get confused. You don't know what the hell is that.
That's right. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Man, beautiful. You know, you gotta train up a child. When a child be born, you gotta train up a child when he's a baby. You know, since he grows up, whenever you have your arm around him, you gotta train him up to follow the law, to follow the hand of Father and the Son, YAHAWASHI. You know, to show him the way, the right way, the righteous path. You know,
And you know it's so beautiful. You're not gonna have to do that because this place is getting ready to be destroyed, and if not next year, the year after that, it's looking like 2021. And then all the children that are born, they're gonna have the lost that makes in their inward parts.
Right.
You know, so when we bring this out, the beautiful thing is you don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
Because once the kingdom of heaven is established, all of our people are going to be righteous.
Right.
Or you're not going to have to shift your child in the world. Because the world that now is going to be destroyed. Hey, that's why we look for a new heavens and a new earth, like he said. That 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. We got that. Right, the ones who's not going to know it are the heathens. And then we're going to teach them. Say this in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, and then they're not going to be able to be perfect because they're not going to be able to be covenant. They're not going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in their inward part. So we're going to judge them accordingly. You know, Esau going to be going off all the time because he's just born to be wicked, be bad to the bone. So we're going to be doing, we're going to be executing judgment on Esau, and it's going to be righteous inside of their father. Hey, because you know what? We can have a flashback to this kingdom. It'd be mad at me. I'm gonna put it in this guy's ass. The Heavenly Father will give us the power to program him to go off, so then when we justify him, we put up his ass. We're gonna have a wicked thought to do something, we catch his ass, got him. And execute judgment on him. Go ahead and put him to death. Because if he committed a sin unto death, you know, Esau a pedophile, he tried to creep into his nephew room or something like that. We have a thought, we will catch him and we'll put him to death for it. You can do that. We actually going to have that capability because that's what Esau tries to do in this society. He has a predictive program. He has subliminal messages. And he does that to what? To program you to think the way that he wants you to think. But we're going to actually program him to think something bad. Hey, because the Most High, he does what? He creates good and evil. See, us as gods on the earth, we don't have that capacity. So we can program you to go off just so we can justify that you up. You can do that. But as for us, our people, we're going to be righteous. And looking this isn't going to get out of hand. It's going to be stayed. See, any plague that's amongst the heathens is going to be stayed. Because we're going to execute you to the fullest extent of the law. Like Esau tells us, some nerd, he said, well, look, I'm going to execute this judgment, the law, I'm going to execute this to the fullest, execute or judge you to the fullest extent of the law. That's what we're going to do here, man.
All right,
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm 149, verse 1. Read. Praise ye the Lord YAHAWAH. Sing unto the Lord YAHAWAH bahasham a new song.
Right, and this is the new song. And no man can you get that in Revelation 14? And nobody can learn it except the 144,000. That's why we come out here and it'll be hundreds, sometimes thousands of Israelites passing by, and we don't marvel. So then why are we listening? Because we understand, okay, well that's not of the elect, more than likely, unless they come back at a later time. But if they reject this word, they continue to reject the word. That means that guess what? They're not of the elect, and they're going to get assured pursuant to Proverbs 13 and 13. You got it, brother.
Revelation 14 verse 3. And they
You got to start at the top, brother.
Revelation.
You got to know who it's talking about.
Revelation 14. Now look, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion.
Who's the lamb?
I'm shy.
How you prove that?
What's the precept?
Well, I am the lamb, I am
At least quote it. All right, let's go to St. John 1:31. We're prophesying, but we're also in class because we're always learning. Hey, because everything is what? Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little.
Is that 131?
I think it's 131.
This
Sorry,
is
28.
This was John chapter 1 verse 28. These things were done in Bethabara beyond Jordan, who John was baptizing. And the next day John see YAHAWASHI coming into him and said, Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sin of the world. Taketh away the sin of the world.
Right, so that's how you prove it.
Right.
Right, so that's how you prove who the lamb is. Because the lamb used to be what? It used to be sacrificed. So on the Pesach, so you have the Pesach and then you have the piece of unleavened bread. Pesach is that first night. And what do? You kill it before and then you eat the lamb. All right, you kill the Pesach, you pick out the lamb, and then you kill the lamb, and then you eat the lamb on the 14th.
The lamb that you kill too is ended in the first year.
Meaning what? Yeah, it's got to be new. Yeah, it's got to be new. Matter of fact, let me go with look at Exodus 12.
128.
Right, Exodus chapter 12. Verse. Yeah. Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of his soul. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year.
Gotta be like a child.
Yep.
Yeah.
You shall not take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Right, so you get the lamb on the 10th day, and then you kill it on the 14th. That's when you eat it. So instead of us doing that, which we still do keep the Pesach. However, the ultimate Passover is who? YAHAWASHI. Because what would happen when you put the blood on the doorpost? That death angel, which is YAHAWASHI, would pass over. Now, if you had the blood on the doorpost, you're not going to get put to death. You're exempt. So now, what's the new Passover? Us having the names of Yahweh, YAHAWASHI being covered by the blood of the Lamb in our hearts. So then the death angel isn't going to take us out. You get Ezekiel 9:4.
I was gonna say that's that mark.
That's the exact, that's the mark.
That name is graven in your heart, right? It's graven inside your mind, your heart, your brain, right? It doesn't matter how hard you try, the name is still something, right? So every second you're gonna go walking, the name is gonna pop in my head all the time.
And it's the name and the belief in the name.
Right,
you believe because you can know the name,
right,
but you don't really believe it. Hey, so we believe in the names of Yahweh and Yahawashi, and that's why we're doing the works based on faith. See, a lot of men that know about the name, but they don't really trust in the name. They don't really have to fear knowing Yahweh and Yahawashi. Otherwise, they would be just like our forefathers know in this world. So it's the ones that have the name and they have the understanding, they have the fear.
That's right.
All right, ultimately, those are the men that are of the elect. Go ahead, brother Ezekiel.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4.
Back up what I was going into.
And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city.
Right, go through the midst of the city. We're in the midst of the city. All right, we're in Old Sacramento. Sometimes the brothers go out to South Sac, Iraq. That place is a war zone. Especially now, you got all these different shooters there in Del Paso Heights. That brother Zakari, he be up there in North Island. That's the hood up there. And there's a lot of what? There's a lot of Israelites wherever you go. I'll be going out and partying. There's a lot of Israelites, a lot of everything up there. So we in the midst of the city. Go ahead.
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So Jerusalem is synonymous with Israel, Jacob, Bethlehem, so on and so forth. It's all talking about the Israelites. Go ahead.
And set a mark upon the forehead
Right.
of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
You set apart that word there is God. So that's an exemption of judgment. So you set apart in the head of those that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst of, like the brother DeBar was going into. Those are abominations, not being able to have your children just turn on the TV or even walk to the store. Why? Because you got pedophiles out here. You got a lot of murderers. All right, chop them up, sell their blood to the elites. And now the elites are drinking your children. Drink blood. They call it a drug blood. That's the problem. You got sodomites out here. You got a lot of drug addicts. Or they're under the spell of the so-called white man. Because that's what drugs are. Drugs is nothing but witchcraft. It's nothing but witchcraft. It's nothing but a witch smoke. That's why when you go into that word sorcerer, the word there in the Greek is pharmakeia. And Esau has what? Pharmacy. So those are all abominable things. You got women that think that they're better than men. You got all types of unlawful food that is hated in society. So those are all abominations. So a man that's siding and crying, he's going to receive that exemption of judgment. And that man, he's going to be a man that's trusting in the name of Yahawah YAHAWASHI. He has to understand it. That's who's coming into this faith. Those that are sincerely vexed, that sincerely hate this world. Those are the men that was gathered unto King David. You get that in 1 Kings, the 22nd chapter. Because if you're, like the brothers going into, like in the 2nd chapter, if you're at rest here, guess what? It's going to destroy you. The Most High, He's going to put you to death. Matter of fact, you going on that, brother, in Ezekiel. Then when you brothers get 1 Kings, that means
Verse 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
That's right. So the angel is going to go through the city and smite those men who are silent one, who ultimately don't have the blood of the land covering them.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Right. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Why? Because it's going to go on to explain. Go ahead.
Slay utterly old and young.
Right. Old and young. Go ahead.
Both maids and little children.
Right. That's why I said don't have no pity, because it's going to be young women and little children getting killed. Little 2-year-old Juju, he gonna get put down, man. Little Vons, King Von, right? Little Von's gonna get Antoine. Shantavius, you know, little hood ass niggas got the little hood. Those are really Greek names too. Those are actual Greek names. Those are Greek names that Jake had back in the day. Little hood Greek names. And Jake coming back over 2,000 years later got the same names. It's true. Kentavious. Have you ever heard of an Edomite being named that? No, but those are Greek. Those are actual Greek names. But it's like nigga names though. Nigga names. Black niggas.
Like an alley name, huh? That's all your names giving birth to the alley. Yeah. He gonna name you this.
Yeah, like that people. I asked that dude what his name was. He said, as soon as he was starting, he said, yeah, my hands is cutting money and all for squeezing guns. And he looked at me and said that. Like he see that what we're into, and he's like, nah, I'm the devil. That's what I was about. He let me know what he was about. That nigga, this is what I'm about. That's all right, fine. What about that? Okay, fine, no problem. See, these niggas, they know that they're demons. So what's gonna happen to him? That angel's gonna smite his ass. Right. Go ahead.
None. And woman.
And women. Right, so you're a Wella, all right, you're Tia, you're Prima, they all gonna get put down. Go ahead.
But come not near any man upon who is the mark.
That's right. So if you had that mark, you had that exemption of judgment. Hey, don't mess with them. Pass over them. Go ahead.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Right, those that know that they're Israelites. Because you got men that know that they're Israelites, but they actually want to stay with you. Or they actually are making plans for the future. Trying to build business. You got guys that's supposed to be in the Lord. You know what's on their mind right now? Is okay, I can make some money right now. Build this business. You're bugged out your mind, right? You see what's going on? America, man, it's hard to see America making it to this time next year. At the rate these places going. We're in the midst of an economic global reset. We're in the midst of a global pandemic, which is causing what? Nationwide shutdowns, which is causing what? Rebellions because of those shutdowns. They turning up in England right now. As we speak, they turning up out there. Oh, Portland, but that's in America. And Portland's been turned up this whole week. Portland's been turned up since this pandemic. I was out there in Portland, man. I was literally down the street from it. I actually was staying in the hotel, and Antifa actually came down. And me and my mom was like, oh shit, because you know when you feel some energy, somebody just rushed you, like somebody mashing. They had that, and they had damn gas mask on, full fatigue armor and shit. And I actually had a conversation with one of the guys. He used to be in the military. Yeah, you grew up in North. Yeah, you got former military on both sides. That's amongst the Wigglow boys, the Proud Boys, and that's amongst Antifa and Black Lives Matter. And they dressing up like they the other side. So if they Wigglow boys, they acting like they Black Lives Matter or Antifa and going and causing issues. And they got exposed. That's what they was doing over there in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. You know what I mean?
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right, those of you that are supposed to be leaders in Israel, that are scattered and flock. Give me that, brother, Jeremiah 2:1. Because it all goes back to leadership. Hey, brother, give me Sirach 10.
This is
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Right, the ones that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. So the old men, this is talking about Israelites. He said, then begin at my house. That's the ones that are actually calling on the names of Yahweh and YAHAWASHI, but aren't actually guiding Israel the way that they should go. All right, that are confusing Israel. The mark of the beast, anything but what it is, which is the RFID shit. They saying that there ain't gonna be no Jacob Trouble is gay. That's what guys say. You got guys used to say some outrageous stuff. You see, guys like that, they actually know they're gonna be destroyed. Because if you have any measure of faith, that's gonna be coupled with fear, and you're gonna be careful about what you say, man. You gonna make sure that you teach the correct doctrine because you know what the penalty is if you're a false prophet. See, these guys, they ain't got no fear. And a lot of them, they already sold out. They said, look, man, I know this place is going down, but I'm having a ball before I go out. Them guys are going to be many strikes. Okay? Many strikes. All you guys that fell out like you clowns at ITR. Most of you going to kill every last one of you niggas, man. You and everyone that you love, man. You just try to slide back on the streets like you wasn't gone for a year. And then brothers say, well, how come you wasn't doing work? Well, what's the work, brother? You're playing games. You know what the work is. Nigga, that's why you got back out on the streets. Because you was like, oh shit, man, we ain't been out here. And that's why you out there looking scared, man. Looking around. You probably owe somebody money, man. Hey, if you're not in this faith, you're a dirtbag, you're a scumbag. As soon as they doing that whole year, they was being whiny niggas. Oh, and the one guy, he got exposed. Remember Chase dude, the fat guy? The nigga that's built like an Eminem? You know, he was in the room making beats, smoking blunts. Yeah, that nigga. So that's what they was doing, man. Hey, birds of a feather flock together. So you know they was all in that bag. We said niggas was gonna do that. We said it because they looking and they like, well, damn, maybe I still got a shot. No, you have no shot, man. And anybody will tell you they lying to you. See, you want to hear lies, you want us to lie to you? You guys are gonna die. You will have to come back to our dust set, man. Right. That's just a simple fact, man. All you guys that's not about this truth, you're gonna die, man. Because you either with it or you against it, man. See, we're with it. We with it, and we prove that we with it every day. Right. But you guys, you're all indecisive. I don't know, maybe so. Just leave, man. What you got, brother?
I got
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 14 on down. Read. And now look, and behold, a white cloud.
They start at 12.
Verse 12. Here is the passage of the saints.
Who are the saints? The elected of Israel. The elected of the nation of Israel. Right.
Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High.
Right, that's what it's about, keeping the commandments. What's the main commandment that our Lord instructed? Feed the flock, feed the lamb, feed the sheep. Right. You're supposed to be out in the future. You got guys, they ain't did videos in weeks. We at the end of the world, man. You couldn't do a video on election or a post-election update or whatever. You guys are clowns, man. You guys are clowns. You got spirit left. Exactly. Hey, both sides, the repo man. You know when you owe a creditor, you don't pay after a while, they try to get in contact with you. Right? Eventually, they just send a repo man. So you go to Walmart, right? You go to Walmart, you're picking up some toothpaste, You come back out, it's a big ass truck, and they just hooked it, they taking it away. You try to run after it, but you can't, it's too late. It's too late because the predator was trying to get in contact with you. They're trying to help you out, trying to work something out. You just ignore them. So eventually they send the repo man. That's what Heavenly Father did to you, nigga spirits, man. All right, man, I'm trying to work with the guy. All right, man, then you got to go out there, you got to be on fire. You don't want to listen. He ain't getting in contact. Most I shoot that repo man. Now you're just a corpse wandering around Babylon waiting to get destroyed, man. What you got, brother? You got something? Yeah, let him get this and then you go. Go ahead.
I'm just about to
Go ahead. It's all right, yeah. Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 24. Because I have called and you refuse.
Right, hey, because he has called and you refuse. And this isn't just with our people that are without, even our people that are within. Those that know that they're Israelites. Because these lessons are really for the brothers in the camps. When you read Ephesians, when you read Philippians, when you read all these letters, they're addressed to certain churches. We weren't even talking to guys that these jakes that's walking around with tight ass jeans and multicolored hair. Because you had similar type people back then. Hellenized Israelites. Those that were in the Greek way of life, wearing Trojan hats and togas and stuff like that. So speeding that up today, it was like that. It's across the street, it's a regular bugged out Jake. All right? These letters wasn't addressed to them. These are Gentiles. No, these letters was addressed to those that were in the faith. Like, you see? So it's the same thing now. Just like you had guys that fell out back then, guys that got going back then, those guys that stopped believing back then, it's the same thing now. And what was Paul doing? He was getting on them. He was rebuking them. And then those that turned away, they were just condemned. Right? Go ahead, brother. So we're really speaking to brothers that know. Because the hell they come across in the schools, they come in beautiful. Hopefully they'll be elect. But see, this is really addressed to the elect. Right? And we speak like this in the spirit in hopes that if you are the elect, you get out of that weak ass spirit, man. Right? But we understand that the majority of guys right now, if you in that spirit, that's because more than likely you're not in the elect. Right? But that's clear to see, man. If you're not excited about seeing this devil go down, you know what's promised to us? The whole world. So if you're not moved in the spirit to work like that, guess what? That means that it's really not promised to you on your side. That's the only thing you come to the conclusion of, right? Or it ain't really for you. Right. Go ahead.
I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Don't nobody regard. You know what? If somebody you come across the video, they say, oh, these niggas just hate me. Just want to be over righteous. But see now that the videos is coming out nonstop, now I was tripping, you know? I guess the brother was in the spirit. That's like, we know how you niggas are, man. We already know what it is. See, me, myself, speaking in the spirit, I already knew I was in the spirit, man. These brothers know. You know what? These brothers are new. They see some of you guys, they say, hey, can you turn it off? I ain't even got to say nothing, you know? See, that's the thing. See, if you're in the spirit, you can tell when somebody's not in the spirit. And eventually, everybody catches. That's what's happening right now. Everybody's catching on to you goddamn phonies and these frauds out there. And there's more of you than there are sincere men. You got all these wicked, evil niggas in these camps, man. In IUIC and Sakari, Great Millstone, all these camps, man. But this is in particular for you brothers that know better. Hey, because we already know what to expect from ISUPK. All right, they're going to go out there with a blowhorn, they're going to call the white man the devil. All right, they're going to be fat and ugly, you know? That's their characteristics. You already know what's coming from IUIC. They're going to play around with the words. You already know GLCC, they just going to grab into their so-called white man and sit him down here and have him teach him. See, look, man, he repented. He repented of looking at his forefathers.
GLCC, they be having women running it too.
Oh, they're out of control.
You know, they be leveling up with the woman. That's crazy.
Out of control.
Right.
And they've been like that. But see, now the spirit is searching out men in the Great Millstone and men that also follow the elders that actually know what you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing it. A lot of you guys, instead of getting shaken up, you're like running the other way. You're trying to hide somewhere.
You're to hide. Where you going?
There ain't nowhere. Exactly. There ain't nowhere to hide, man. You gotta look yourself hard in the mirror, humble down, and repent, commit your spirit to YAHWASHI, or you gotta set your house in order and prepare for destruction. Go ahead. Let's go. It's cold, but it's not. It's hot. The spirit is hot.
Right.
Go ahead.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
Right, and that's how Jake thinks. And like this one guy, I was watching the video, lukewarm this, lukewarm that. A guy like that, that's always stuck in my mind. A guy like that, he ain't right, man. You should take heed and be like, yeah, man, am I tripping? See, if I watch a video and I feel it's addressed to me, I'm gonna say, man, any video I watch, I'm gonna examine, damn, does that apply to me? As soon as you stop thinking like that, that means that you're on the way out.
I was gonna say, because sometimes the spirit leads you to watch that video because maybe to analyze yourself. That's just like before gaining the truth. I knew a little bit, but you know, Jake was watching smoking videos, and I'm like, man, I got to. But that was just me doing the fake, like a month.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit because that will follow punch.
Yeah.
He wants you to get cut.
Exactly. He wants you to get cut. But it's about getting cut so you can repent.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're supposed to
Everybody
accept
gets
that.
cut.
Yeah, you're supposed to accept that.
Exactly. Everybody gets cut. And the spirit may have you watch a video and you're actually doing the right thing, but you need to do more. What's going on? Yes, please. Oh wow. Yeah, YAHWASHI Thawadah. Now I promise you, I was just speaking about this at the camp earlier, about how the spirit was going to be on men to entreat us. Because we're at the end of the day. All right. Hey, get Jeremiah 15:11. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Now that's the lesson right now. This is $200. Right? YAHWASHI Thawadah. YAHWASHI Thawadah.
I was gonna say, dude was a Edomite too. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's why he was speaking about earlier how they're gonna treat you with gifts. Because there's gonna come both. There's gonna be a lot of hate. There's gonna be a lot of.
Oh yeah, you was watching the live stream.
Yeah.
You saw. I was literally just speaking on this like 3-4 hours ago.
Right there.
That's what the lesson was about earlier. So I wanted to go on the prophecy, but the spirit had me going to that, and that's the spirit.
Voila.
Bam. You get that real quick,
And that's the spirit though, because that's the spirit, because we actually came here.
Yeah.
We could have went anywhere else, and it brought us at this time.
Well, we were gonna go to Doko,
Right.
and then the brother Ishmael brother Mario Pop said, hey, you know what, it's dry. So I was like, where we gonna go? And I had a recommendation. This brother said, Old Sac.
Right.
So we walked the nice little place, about 10-15 minute walk over here, and then the spirit had a set. Plus, I wasn't even gonna go out with these brothers.
Right.
I was just gonna grab the sign and then go out later. But them brothers was going out around the same time. So I was like, okay, we all right? Spirit. Yep, everything's through the spirit. So it's all through the spirit. The Most High, give me that real quick. First Corinthians 4. And then let's get Jeremiah 15:11, and then get Proverbs 16:7 as well. That's all the power, man. That's all spiritual. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord's
That's
house.
the spirit. I was going to ask that. Go ahead.
How can that man then understand his own way?
That's right. Now get 16:7. How can a man understand his own way? So we're all programmed. Now, what do? You acknowledge YAHWASHI Thawadah in all your ways, so that He can direct your steps. That's all you can hope for, is that your steps are directed to your salvation, and not destruction. Okay, 16:7.
16, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. When that man's ways please the Lord Yahawah, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with
See,
him.
He making even his enemies to be at peace with him. That was a stone cold Edomite. But He's at peace with us because He said, well, we can be out here getting drunk or whatever. Because you see, everybody's bugged out here. See, these Edomites, they actually see what's going on. Hey, what does it say? The children of this world are wiser than the children of light. That's true. Because Esau actually knows that it's going down. And he sees the power. He recognizes the spirit. He recognizes the power of the spirit. And a lot of these Edomites do. That's why a lot of the time we be Edomites honking and waving, giving money. Hey man, you got homeless Edomites. clearly only dirty as hell. They coming up. Remember the one guy? He didn't bow down. He was like, yeah.
That's the same guy. He heard her voice and he wanted to give me that $10.
Yep, see?
That's the same one.
See? That's right. Because when a man's ways with his Lord, they can be his enemies to be at his Lord. That's it. It's as simple as that. And that's a sign that the spirit of Yahweh Yahawashi is here. Can you get that in 1 Corinthians 4?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 20. For the kingdom of the Most High is not in word, but in power.
Right. The kingdom of the Most High is not in word, but in power. So that's what the Father is dealing with you. Because the kingdom of heaven is where? It's within us. Right. So if you're a part of that, if you're actually a part of the kingdom of heaven, he's going to show that power. That's right. And guess what? He's going to amplify the power. Are we going to be able to stop the wind? We're going to be able to stop the wind. And our forefather Joshua, he was able to hold the sun. So we can give it to them damn Ammonites. So we're going to have heightened power. That's the spirit. And then calm down. We're going to have heightened power as the days get closer and closer. Right. Hey, our forefather Elijah used to say, what did he do? He caused fire to come down from the sky.
Was it twice?
Consume.
And I was gonna say too, sometimes you think about the wind, then out of nowhere it'll be wind. When it be summertime though, when it's straight hot and there's no wind, out of nowhere you sleep, then the wind come about.
Yeah, go ahead. Grab it. But let's finish off the Jeremiah. All right. Yeah, 15, you got it right. And then we'll go to Revelation and the Spirit changes. Jeremiah 15, 11.
Jeremiah 15, verse 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant.
Verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Another way of saying the remnant is who the elect. Go ahead.
Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
That's right. He's going to cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. But what's that time of evil and affliction? Jacob's trouble. Which are in Jacob's trouble. So what's happening? You got the enemy, you got random people who trick us. Hey, like my woman, she just got a raise. She got a raise, she got a pay raise, she got a promotion. You know? And then I got my rent paid for like $5. That's this program up there in Reno. And it was they gave me an extra month. It was supposed to be like 4 months, they gave me an extra month. So that's all the spirit, man.
Right.
Huh? Yeah, there you go.
It's that work there. That's the Heavenly Father actually speaking to you, keeping your working. It's actually manifesting that it's paid off.
Because the both sides of that, Hebrews 6:10.
I got that.
I got a quick one.
See, these are the Psalms, Psalms 16:19. These are the benefits of serving the Heavenly Father.
That could have hit us when it missed us, right?
Right. Mercy.
Exactly.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 23. O Lord Yahawah, I know that the way of man is not in himself.
Right, I know that the way of man is not in himself. Go ahead.
It is not in man that walks to direct his steps.
That's right, man. He's not in man that walks to direct his steps. Man's steps are directed by the Heavenly Father. Give me Proverbs 3 real quick. Proverbs 3:6.
So that was ordained from the Heavenly Father. How what happened to us today, while we was going to bring out our dog code, and the Most High, he got our minds to direct our steps.
Right.
You know? And it sent that